You just did something without realizing it. Over the last 30 seconds, your attention jumped between automatic thoughts at least 5 times, and every single one of those jumps is building your reality for tomorrow. Not metaphorically, literally. This is what I call the invisible architecture of your reality, a set of neural and emotional blueprints that determine your next outcome. Here's what most people don't know. Your brain generates roughly 70,000 thoughts every day. 95% of them are reruns from yesterday. And science has confirmed that these repeated thoughts create neural pathways as real as the muscles you build at the gym. You're training your mind for a specific future right now. But it's probably not the future you actually want. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 scientific discoveries that prove why some people seem to flow through life while others are constantly swimming upstream. And more importantly, the exact protocol that the HeartMath Institute, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and James Clear used to rewire the nervous system in less than 21 days. But first, you need to understand something unsettling. Faith isn't what you were taught. It's not hoping. It's not believing without evidence. Faith is neurological architecture. It's you creating the internal conditions that make the impossible inevitable. And I'm going to prove this to you with science, not sermons. Try this with me right now. Don't think about a pink elephant. What just popped into your mind? Exactly. This isn't just a psychological parlor trick. It's the key to understanding why your life looks the way it does. Carl Jung spent decades studying why the patients who resisted their fears the most were the ones who suffered from them the most. He discovered, what you resist doesn't just persist, it grows in proportion to your resistance. Modern neuroscience has confirmed the mechanism. Your brain operates through search patterns. When you think, I don't want to be anxious, your brain ignores the don't and registers anxious. Then it activates your alert system to find more anxiety. Here's how this plays out in real life. You wake up thinking, today can't go wrong. Your brain just received the command, search for what could go wrong. Over breakfast, you remember that difficult meeting. In the car, you imagine hitting traffic. At work, you anticipate conflicts. That evening, you say, what a rough day, never realizing you constructed that day in advance, thought by thought. This isn't pessimism, it's RAS. The Reticular Activating System. It's your brain's filter that determines what you notice in reality. Ever notice that when you're thinking about buying a specific car, suddenly you see that model everywhere? The car was always there. But now, your RAS is tuned to that frequency. So here's the question that changes everything. If you can tune your brain to see cars, can you tune it to see opportunities, resources, the right people? The answer is yes. But there's a catch. You can't do this just by thinking. You need what I'm about to show you, and it's something 99% of people are completely unaware of. Dr. Joe Dispenza studied Olympic athletes who use a specific technique. They train mentally before they train physically. But this isn't positive thinking. It's far more precise. When a sprinter imagines the race with enough emotional intensity, feeling the muscle tension, hearing the crowd, experiencing the victory, their brain releases the same neurotransmitters it would release if they were actually running. Why? Because your brain doesn't process objective reality. It processes electrical and chemical signals. A thought with intense emotion generates the same chemical cascade as a physical experience. That's why you can wake up from a nightmare with your heart pounding, drenched in sweat. Your body responded as if the danger were real. Here's the exact protocol. Before any important situation, a meeting, difficult conversation, presentation, close your eyes for 90 seconds. Don't think about the situation. Live it mentally. Feel the confidence in your body. See people responding positively. Experience the sensation of success already happening. You just created real neural pathways for that behavior. Your brain now has a memory of the future. But most people do the opposite. They vividly imagine failure. They mentally rehearse rejection. They visualize embarrassment. Then they're confused about why it manifests. You're training your nervous system for the wrong outcome. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's a specific time of day when this technique is 300% more effective, and it has to do with brain waves you only access at 2 moments. I'm going to reveal what those are. But first, you need to understand how to make this work, not just in your mind, but in your body. Jesus said, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Most people read that and think it's blind faith, but notice the precision of the language. Have received. Present tense, not will receive in the future. It's already yours now. This isn't vague theology. These are technical instructions for programming your nervous system. Think about a radio. The stations don't appear because you turn the radio on. They were always broadcasting. The radio just tunes to the frequency. Your reality works the same way. Possibilities already exist, but you only experience the ones that match your emotional frequency right now. When you say, "I'm going to be successful," you position yourself in the future. But when you say, "I'm grateful for the success manifesting in my life now," you shift your frequency in the present. This isn't semantic subtlety. It's measurable neurological change. The HeartMath Institute measured this. When you feel genuine gratitude for something that hasn't happened physically yet, your heart produces an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than your brain's. That field literally alters how you perceive and interact with reality. So instead of, "When I get that job, I'll feel fulfilled," flip it. For 30 seconds right now, feel the gratitude as if you already had that job. Feel the physical difference? That warmth in your chest? That's the frequency that communicates with reality. And there's a way to amplify this tenfold using something you have inside your chest. And very few people know how to access it. The HeartMath Institute made a discovery that changed neuroscience. Your heart has 40,000 neurons of its own. It's not just a pump, it's a brain, and it sends more information to your brain than it receives from it. Translation. Your heart thinks faster than your mind. Ever felt that pit in your stomach seconds before receiving bad news? Or that expansion in your chest when you meet the right person? It's not superstition. It's your cardiac nervous system processing fields of information that your rational brain hasn't captured yet. Your heart perceives before your mind comprehends. Here's the technique high-performing executives use. When you have a decision to make, do this with me right now. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Imagine scenario A for 15 seconds. What do you feel in your chest? Expansion or contraction? Now, scenario B. Same question. Your heart is giving you data that spreadsheets can't capture. But here's the problem. 95% of your decisions aren't made by your rational mind or your heart. They're made by something that was installed in you before age 7, and it's running in the background, controlling your entire life. But there's a way to uninstall it and reprogram. If this content is resonating with you, subscribe to the channel, because what comes next will change how you see yourself. Bruce Lipton discovered something disturbing. Until age 7, you lived in a hypnotic state, recording everything as absolute truth. Your parents' fears, beliefs about money, relationship patterns, it was all installed like software. And that software runs 95% of the time without you noticing. That's why you promised to change, and 3 days later, you're doing exactly what you always did. You know that pattern you repeat in relationships? Or that self-sabotage at work that feels automatic? It's not lack of willpower. It's programming running. Did you witness scarcity in childhood? Your subconscious recorded, "The world is lacking." Did you see rejection? It recorded, "I'm not enough." And now you operate from those programs without questioning them, searching for evidence that confirms these old beliefs. Here's how to reprogram. Every morning, 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Relive a moment where you felt the opposite of that limiting belief. If the belief is, "I'm not capable," relive a moment of accomplishment. Don't think about it. Relive it. Feel the sensations in your body, the real emotions. Then say, "This is my true nature." Repeat for 21 days. You're not affirming, you're reinstalling software. James Clear proved that 1% daily changes create 37 times transformation in a year. It's not about force. It's about microscopic consistency. And there's a time of day when this works best. Right when you wake up and before you sleep, when your brain is in theta waves. But there's an even more powerful way to integrate all of this. And I'm going to give you the complete protocol right now. Information without application is just entertainment. So here's the complete system. 3 weeks. 1 technique per week. 10 minutes a day. Simple, but powerful enough to rebuild your nervous system. Week 1. The conscious observer. Set 3 daily alarms. When it sounds, pause, take 1 deep breath, ask, what was I focused on just now? Just observe. No judgment. You're mapping your automatic patterns. You're creating distance between you and your thoughts. This is the foundation of everything. Week 2. Morning reprogramming. 5 minutes upon waking. Eyes closed. Relive a strong emotional memory of the state you want. Confidence, peace, fulfillment. Feel it in your body. Don't visualize vaguely. Relive it intensely. Your brain is in theta waves at this moment. It's your reprogramming window. Week 3. Anticipatory gratitude. Every night before sleep, 5 minutes. Feel gratitude for 3 things you want, as if they were already real. Don't list them mentally. Feel them physically. Let the emotion fill your chest. Theta waves again. You're installing the emotional frequency of the future into the present. 3 weeks, 10 minutes a day. That's 210 minutes total to rebuild decades of automatic programming. The question isn't whether it works. The question is, will you do it? Because knowledge without action is just conversation. Look, this isn't about controlling the universe or becoming some manifestation guru. It's about governing the one thing nobody can take from you, your internal response to what happens externally. When you master your attention, you stop being hostage to automatic thoughts. When you align emotion with intention, you stop working against yourself. When you trust your heart's intelligence, you stop seeking external validation all the time. At the beginning, I promised to show you why some people flow while others struggle. Here it is. Those who flow govern conscious attention. Those who struggle operate on autopilot. Simple as that. And you just received the complete map. So here's your first step. In the next 60 seconds, close your eyes and relive a moment where you felt whole. Feel that in your body right now. You just created a new neural pathway. Do this for 21 days and you'll have a new life. Not because the world changed, but because you changed the frequency through which you perceive and interact with it. If this content touched something in you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready to start this 3-week transformation, type 21 days in the comments right now. Your commitment inspires others to start theirs. Start now. Transformation doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from being different. And being different starts with the next 5 minutes of your life.